So I wrote this essay in response to a couple young men that had reached out around the same time, and I was kind of going through it as well in a sense. And you realize like men don't really know how to let their guard down. And this is partially in response to a friend of mine that's struggling through, a friend of his took their life. And we can do better. And I called it on the importance of being earnest, or sincerity and serenity, or a letter to no one and a letter to all. And it's not that I've lost my love for being silly, but at some point we should outgrow sarcasm as our immediate default system of communication. It's exhausting, especially when you're exhausted and you're broken. It becomes brutal. And I often find myself frustrated with my friends, and I'm sure they could be frustrated with me for being unable to connect without it. Again, it's a default to crude humor. And it's how we were nurtured. And it's a part of us, but I think that's just the rub, that it's just a part of us. It's not all of us. And my aim in life is to find out all of me, what I can truly be. This isn't a matter of like the masculine and feminine. I think a lot of times, maybe we even are willing to share our darker parts, but a lot of us hold on to the things that are most beautiful about us for fear of rejection. And I think my other aim in life is to really help you become all of you. So talking and taking your fair share of shit in life, vital skill set, has been for centuries. However, I think it's a rather version of showing love. It's a medium for love, but it's rather. And I think it's just an avoidance of deeper emotions, of deeper feelings, of deeper thoughts. I think it's an avoidance sometimes of sharing the things that disturb you, sharing the things that you fear, sharing your deepest desires that really needed to be shared, nurtured, cared for with your boys. And I think we're often left using language that really says nothing at all, and then we have to feign a smile and feign laughter so that everyone else feels comfortable. And it feels rather insincere, and it's frivolous, and it really goes nowhere, and it helps no one. And I guess you maintain the friendship, but what kind of friendship does that become over time? I know that my closest friendships are not really like that. And people will say, well, it's not that serious, but it is that serious, because we really are dealing with more of an epidemic of men really struggling all the time. And I think we need to do a better job of being earnest and being sincere. And I think when you're sincere, from that emerges peace and love and this deeper understanding. And from that emerges serenity. And I think that's what almost all of us seek, is actual serenity. To breathe and to feel a knowing calm that we are exactly who we are. We just is. It just is. And you get exhausted of trying to cater to someone else's version of friendship. You want to feel like that you are all really here and together. You can say when two become one. When a group becomes this real community. And the foundation that's laid is love. That's radical. That's what changes the world for the better. Or maybe it's just to sit in silence. Let your guard down. Like truly keep your guard down. And I think when we are sincere and we're earnest and we're quietly observing and we're intentionally listening, we truly show up for each other. Because the day I wrote this, I just didn't want to be called names. I didn't want to play the game of dealing with other people's projections and insecurities. And I know that these young men, that's why they reached out to me. We weren't going to go that route. And I know that some of y'all listening, that's why people reach out to you too. Because sometimes you just want to be considered, and you want to be cared for, and you want to feel loved sincerely. Love y'all.